Hi everybody, it's Sue from the library. Are you ready for library story time? Are you looking forward to a good story and some songs? Let's have heads and shoulders to begin with. Can you point to your heads and your shoulders and your knees and your toes? Are we ready to start singing? Heads and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes. Can anybody sing quicker? And do the actions quicker too? Heads and shoulders, knees and toes, heads and shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes. Let's sing it one more time, and this time we'll sing as quick as we can. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes, heads and shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes. Oh, well done. Oh, have a little rest after that. You deserve it. Can you see? Sleeping Bunny and Peter Rabbit have joined us today. I wonder if that means today's story is about a rabbit. I better have a look and see. Can you see who's on the front cover of this book? It's a rabbit. This storybook's called Hooray for Hoppy. That's a good name for a rabbit. And it's by Tim Hopgood. Lots of hops. So it's a big thank you to Tim for illustrating and writing the story, and also to Macmillan Publishers for allowing us to use it at Storytime. Thank you. At this time of year, I always think it's a little bit confusing. Are we in spring or are we in summer? I'm one of those people who thinks that summer begins on June the 21st. And I'm telling you all of this because this storybook is all about spring. Hoppy woke up bright and early. He wiggled his nose and sniffed the air. Perhaps today's the day, he thought. But as he hopped to the top of his hole, he saw that the world was covered in snow. Too cold, he said, and he hopped back to bed. The next morning, when Hoppy hopped to the top of his hole, his nose felt cold and the grass felt crunchy. Too icy, he said, and he hopped back to bed. A few days later, Hoppy woke up much earlier than usual. Perhaps today's the day, he thought. Hoppy twitched his nose. The air smelt fresh. Perhaps today really is the day that spring arrives. So Hoppy hopped down the hill to see if it were true. Hooray! Said Hoppy as he heard the birds singing. It sounds like spring has sprung. Hooray! Said Hoppy as he sniffed the pretty flowers. It smells like spring has sprung. "Hooray!" said Hoppy as he watched the lambs in the meadow. "It looks like spring has sprung." "Hooray!" said Hoppy as he nibbled on the fresh green grass. "It tastes like spring has sprung." "Hip, hip, hooray!" said Hoppy as his feet touched the warm ground. "It even feels like spring has sprung." Today really is the day, thought Hoppy. He couldn't wait to see his friends. But when he reached the top of the hill, there was nobody there. So he thumped his back feet as hard and as loud as he possibly could. "Hooray!" shouted all the rabbits as Hoppy leapt high in the air. Spring has definitely and most wonderfully sprung. Wasn't that a good story? And before I put the book away, just let me show you the last pages. It says there are 5 senses that we use to discover the world. Hearing. Can you remember what Hoppy heard? Smell. Can you remember what Hoppy smelt? Sight. Can you remember what Hoppy could see? Taste. What did Hoppy taste? And last of all, touch. What could Hoppy feel? Oh, I enjoyed that story. I'll put the book behind me and then we can have some songs. We must sing Sleeping Bunnies now. Can you find a space and curl up and pretend to be asleep? Are you fast asleep? See the little bunnies sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? Oh, how still are they ill? Wake up soon. Shh. Wake up, bunnies! Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop and stop. Well done. Should we sing it one more time? Curl up again and pretend to be asleep. Are you fast asleep? See the little bunnies sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? Oh, how still are they ill? Wake up soon. Shh. Wake up, bunnies! Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop and stop. Should we sing our Peter Rabbit song too? Have we got our floppy ears ready? Peter Rabbit's got a fly upon his nose. Peter Rabbit's got a fly upon his nose. Peter Rabbit's got a fly upon his nose, and he flipped it and he flapped it and the fly flew away. Floppy ears and curly whiskers, floppy ears and curly whiskers, floppy ears and curly whiskers, and he flipped it and he flapped it and the fly flew away. Now I'm going to have a look in my Storytime basket because I've got something to show you. I don't think I brought my wooden horse to Storytime before. Do you like him? He's a lovely horse, isn't he? I thought it would be so good if we had a song about a horse. You might know this song. Horsey, horsey, don't you stop. Just let your feet go clippity-clop. Your tail goes swish and the wheels go round. Giddy up, we're homeward bound. Should we sing it one more time? Horsey, horsey, don't you stop. Just let your feet go clippity-clop. Your tail goes swish and the wheels go round. Giddy up, we're homeward bound. Should we see if Dolly would like to join us now for Miss Polly Had a Dolly? Can you rock your dollies too? Miss Polly had a dolly who was sick, sick, sick. So she called for the doctor to be quick, quick, quick. The doctor came with his bag and his hat, and he knocked on the door with a rat-a-tat-tat. He looked at the dolly and he shook his head. Then he said, Miss Polly, put her straight to bed. He wrote on a paper for a bill, bill, bill. I'll be back in the morning, yes I will. Should we do some counting now? Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why did you let it go? Because it bit my finger so. Which finger did it bite? This little finger on my right. I think it's time for our last song now, if you're happy and you know it. If you've got a shaker, go and get it. If you haven't, don't worry. Just join me with lots of good actions. Are we ready? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. That was a lovely way to finish story time. Have a lovely week and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.